These are days and nights of red and blood. Heroes will rise as the anchors fall.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Cypher, and today I'm bringing you a grinding build for the Stamina Nightblade. I'll be doing this for a few other classes and class specifications, but today we're going to be showing you what I use when I'm leveling up or when I'm grinding with the Stam Nightblade. And this is basically AOE focused grinding. So for a Stam build, you have a few options. You can either use the Stamina Morph of Sap Essence, which is Power Extraction, or you can do the more viable option in my opinion, which is Steel Tornado grinding. Power Extraction is just if you don't want to use dual wield, but preferably you want to use dual wield when you're grinding with a Stam build, even if it's not part of your main build. Even if you use 2H and bow, it's still worth leveling up dual wield for Steel Tornado. It has great AOE capabilities. Of course, you're gonna want all the passes, but right now, since I'm not expecting to dual wield, I'm only showing you guys the build. And I'm gonna show you guys the build in action and what I use and why I use the things I use on my bar. So our dual wield bar is gonna be surprise attack. You're still gonna want one single target attack just in case there's just one more mob left and you don't want to just AOE them down. You can finish them off pretty quickly with a surprise attack. It's always good to have at least one single target damage dealer on your bar. But the thing is, if you don't have any range and you want to pick people off, like if you want to aggro mobs, you could also use Swallow Soul. That's a very viable option, and for this purpose we're going to put Swallow Soul just because I want to be able to pull mobs from a distance. It depends on your grinding location. Some grinding locations don't require that you have a ranged ability because the mobs are all in one area and it's very easy to pull, but some require that you are able to pull them from a distance and get them all in the middle. So Swallow Soul is going to be your option to pull mobs from a distance. Now Steel Tornado, it's 11 meters. It's 12.5 meters actually, and it does a decent amount of damage, and it does more damage against wounded targets. So it starts scaling, and it hits pretty hard against wounded targets as well. Quick Cloak. This is just going to be so you can move around quickly from mob location, and it also does some AOE, gives you Major Expedition, and you take less damage from AOE attacks by 20%. So it's a pretty useful ability to keep you mobile while you're pulling in these mobs. Evil Hunter, you want to activate this, especially if you're grinding against Daedric or undead enemies. It's going to be really useful. But even without that, it gives you a weapon critical, and it returns stamina when it procs. So very useful for this purpose. Now, siphoning attacks is the main reason why Stamina and Magic Nightblades can AoE grind relatively easily compared to other classes. It's because they don't have to worry about resources at all, because of the fact that they are getting back resources, magicka and stamina, and it's a pretty good chance to return resources, 50% chance when you deal damage. So even though it reduces your weapon damage and spell damage, it's still going to keep your resources full as long as you keep attacking a decent amount of targets. And you're going to want it on both bars, and I'll get into the second bar really quickly. Soul Harvest, over here you can put Dawnbreaker if you want to, especially if you're going against Undead or Daedra, or you can put Soul Harvest if you want to use another ultimate for AoE like Soul Tether, because if you have Soul Harvest on your bar, every kill that you get is going to gain you more ultimate, and this is going to be really useful to proc your second ultimate quicker. Now on our second bar we have our healing and some self buffs. We have Rally for healing, Vigor for healing. You don't have to have Vigor, you can put something else here. We have Relentless Focus, and that's going to give us Stam Regen and 10% and 8% extra damage, and 10% extra Stam Regen, and then Caltrops, just so we can cover the field and even get even more siphoning attack procs from our to regen our resources. So that's basically what the build is. You're going to want all the passes that you can for the Nightblade abilities. You're going to want all the two-hander and dual-wield passives. We are using medium armor. You're going to want all those passives. Werewolf for extra stam regen, but you don't have to necessarily be a werewolf. Make sure when you're grinding you have Slayer, you have Banish the Wicked, because if you're grinding against Undead or Daedric opponents, this is going to give you extra ultimate back. This is going to make you hit harder against them. Extremely useful. And I guess that's it. I'm an Imperial, but this doesn't matter. And here's the thing, guys, about when it comes to sets, Sets, it really, when it comes to grinding, if you want to level up your medium armor, get yourself some training gear. But as long as you're wearing 7 medium, you have decent regen, you have decent weapon damage, you should be good. So any combo of regen and damage is what you're going to need. Whether you're doing Magicka or Stamina AoE grinding, that's what you're going to need. I'm going to make a Magicka grinding build, and I'll post that tomorrow. And then after that, I'll continue with the other classes. So I'm going to try making one for each class, at least 1 or 2 for each class. I'm going to show you guys how this build works. So you want to get your buffs up. I'm going to pull this group of mobs, that group of mob. And that group over there. So I'm going to start off by throwing the caltrops down, start dodge rolling, and doing the steel tornado combo. And you see my resources. My resources, they stay up because of the because of siphoning attacks. And then when I have my ultimate up, I can just swap, use my ultimate, and finish them down if I need to. You know, it's that simple. It's very easy to AoE grind with this. Make sure you rebuff yourself when you need to, and AoE grinding, it's the most brain dead thing that you can do, but it's so easy to mess up and not have a viable build, because the whole idea is to be able to pull as many mobs as you can, still survive, and AoE them down at a decent speed. That's how you level up. That's how you get champion ranks. And that's, if you guys have any questions, there might be some simple questions I can answer, but it's pretty self-explanatory. AoE grinding for all classes all come down to the same thing. It's about having an AoE ability, it's about having resource management, and being able to kill large group of mobs in a small amount of time. So thanks for watching this this short build video. I will make a Magicka Nightblade grinding build, post that tomorrow, and then I'll continue with DK Sorcerers and Templars as well. So thank you guys so much. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you have any questions, comment below. Take care.